Onkar, hi. Onkar, I'm audible, visible to you?
Hello. Yes.
Thanks so much for being here, Onkar.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you. How
good.
are you?
I'm good. So today we have our faculty members, the HODs, and many students who are extremely eager to listen from a dear friend of mine. So I'll just very briefly introduce you, and then I'll hand over to our cluster head, Dr. Kayal, who will take it from here, and I will have to excuse myself for another meeting.
Sure.
So my apologies. So without further ado, I hope you're doing well, Onkar.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely fine. And
So
thank you
ours
very
is
much for inviting me.
no, our pleasure, completely our pleasure. So our university is situated in Parashat uh, in Calcutta, and it's a big
Yeah.
university, 120-acre university, and we have 10. Media is one of the more young and dynamic version, and I am the dean of that school. And we
That's
have
great.
two departments. One is the
Hmm.
Department of Journalism and Communication. The other is the Department of Entertainment Media. So the two HODs. In Department of
Okay.
Journalism and Communication, we have communication management cluster, which is run by Dr.
Hmm.
Koyan. The two HODs are Dr.
Hmm.
Sukayan and Shomu Subhadash. Shomu is here with us,
Okay.
and Dr. Koyal is also here with us. And then we have around 24 faculty members across all these two departments. We basically teach
Hmm.
five programs. So master's program, we have an MBA Communication Management, which is basically doing an MBA in the communication management focus, say for corporate communications, marketing, sales kind of roles.
Yeah.
And then we have MA in journalism, and what we are introducing from this year is MA Film and Television. In the bachelor's, we have BA Media and Communication, which is basically a more of a foundation course, whether you go to journalism or to communication. So we teach both. And the other one,
Hmm.
we have BSc in Media Technology. So BSc in Media Technology
Hmm.
is more of production related content curriculum design, and that's how it is shaped. We had actually too many
Hmm.
courses, and we after I joined last year, I streamlined it a bit, and so that we get enough number of students for that for the system to grow and flourish. But this is very briefly about our school, and without further ado, let me kind of introduce our uh, guest for the day and in the lead series. So I will very briefly introduce him, after which Dr. Koyal will take over, and then it's all up to Omkar. My apologies, I could not stay through the entire session because I have a meeting with the Honorable Chancellor, sir, and so I have to go. So, Mr. Onkareshwar Pandey is an eminent journalist, author, and a thought leader who has over 30 years' experience in all four major verticals of media: print, television, digital, and news agency in both Hindi and English languages. And the detailed introduction will just come for you. But before I sign off, I would like to again tell you that he's a very enterprising journalist, enterprising author, and also enterprising in the sense that he actually creates these platforms through his magazine, through social media channels, wherein like-minded people can join and expand, exchange their knowledge and expand their knowledge. So, we are very happy that Omkar is there today. And over to you, Dr. Koyal. And thank you, Omkar, again for coming. So, Dr. Koyal, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Good morning to one and all. Thank you, Dean, sir, Professor Dr. Mahul Brahma, for giving me this opportunity to introduce today's guest, Onkareshwar Pandey. He is an eminent media personality, thought leader, and strategist. So, Mr. Onkareshwar Pandey is an eminent journalist, author, and thought leader who has over 30 years of experience in all four major verticals of the media, that is print, TV, digital, and news agency in both Hindi and English languages. Uh, begin being 10 times in the distinguished position and role of editor, Mr. Pandey has covered all top union ministries, political parties, parliament, and has also been on the foreign affairs in several countries, including UK, Belgium, Russia, Netherlands, Malaysia, Greece, Nepal, and Bhutan during his career. He has authored and edited 8 books in Hindi, English, and Bhojpuri languages. His first book, Terror in the Valley and Kashmir, was released by the then Indian Home Minister, only book on his subject in India, and was circulated to all members of parliament and become a basis for amendments in the Enemy Property Act 1968. So, and again, he has worked in India's Northeast region for 5 years and wrote several big stories, including democracy movement in Bhutan in the year 1991, and so on. So he, in his long career in TV, he has also been an anchor, producer, and channel head for 5 years. So, without further ado, I heartily welcome our guest of the today's session. The session is nuances to be a journalist, which is required for our young student and who is prospect for to become a journalist. So, sir, the baton is yours, please.
And first of all, I would like to thank the Chancellor of this university, Adamas University, Kolkata, Professor Samit Roy, and Vice Chancellor of Adamas University, Professor Dr. Deependra Kumar and Dr. Mahul Brahma, and all their HODs, faculty members, students of Adamas University today. And I am immensely delighted as I take this opportunity to address you all. You know, this wonderful day signals the fresh start to ideate, plan, and propel our country onward and upward for an extraordinary future where progress and development would be a byproduct of the greatness of our country and is always to achieve. And someone has, logged in from 2 devices, I think. So, you all being a future journalist, you will have to look at this world from a new perspective, your own perspective, and your own lenses. The COVID-19 has not only given us a fresh lease of life and vibrancy to these otherwise challenging times, a rare opportunity for bringing in fresh ideas, new vision, and new angle to look around and everywhere. These unprecedented times of the great human trial have also brought in opportunity to transform our thought process and grow out of stagnancy and immobility that had dwarfed our capabilities as a human being for decades and centuries. If there is a great trial, there also must be in the womb of chaos and disaster a great possibility for a big leap forward. I am here today to talk about the nuances of media and journalism. A more nuanced understanding of journalism is desperately needed in the present times. As the theme of our today, I shall be discussing on this in my address in the due course. But first of all, let me take you a short tour along with me to the memory lanes of my experiences of how I became a journalist, the challenges I faced in the initial days, and my vision that made me a successful journalist, editor, and a thought leader. My dear friends, I belong to it is that's Bihar, and I was studied in Bhojpur Ara district, which was a backward district at that time, and we had no opportunities for getting any information. We had no opportunities for any media or journalism courses. But I was, hell bent that I have to become a journalist. I thought that I will have to do something. And you are at least there who are, in a prestigious university. You are getting, taught by many senior experts and national and global experts as well. So they are teaching you. So at that time when we were there was nobody to teach us, nobody to guide us what to do and how to do. Ideas were coming that okay, 31st July is Premchand's anniversary, so I should write something about the novels of the Premchand, Munshi Premchand, Hindi writer. So similarly some other date will come and we'll thought to write about that. You know what, at that time, in fact, we were writing about and something else. I was listening to BBC, and the war was going on between Iran and Iraq, and we were writing about that. So so those kind of things were there. The Google was not there. Even the library was properly not there. The national newspapers were not there. So it was a difficult time. But I had decided that I have to write something, and I have to write something different, not the things which are being written by everybody and anybody, not to become a routine journalist. That was my idea. So I wanted to create a niche. I wanted to create a difference from others. So I did it, and slowly we grew, and we developed as journalists, and we found some opportunity at state level. Then I shifted to northeastern area, northeast region of our country, where I did lot of journalism. I was there for 6 years. I was there for attached to a local newspaper. Then I joined a national newspaper, and I was the overall bureau chief there. There also, I was looking for something new. What has been written and what has not been written. What should I write that people should read? There is a saying that either do something which is worth writing, or either write something which is worth reading. So must write something which is worth reading. If everybody is writing the same thing and you are also writing the same thing, there will be no difference. So I was trying to get new things, new ideas, objective of existing ideas or existing stories. So we were writing on those, and I broke several stories there. I was the one who broke the story of democracy movement in Bhutan, and that too just using my instinct. Small news were coming from Bhutan that this person is arrested, that person is arrested, and they have found some pamphlets and reading materials, some documents from them, and that shows that they are not happy with the democracy at the not the democracy from the royal government of Bhutan, and they were trying to say something that there should be some. So when I studied it deeply, then I found that there is a movement going on in Bhutan for the democracy, and then it became a big story. So that was the time. Let us talk about today. Journalism is not at the things beyond the ground reality and the obvious facts. Many times you will find that whatever you are seeing is which is creating those events, those activities, and those news events, So the most important difference between journalism and other forms of writing is the idea of objectivity. Journalists are expected to keep an objective mindset at all times as they interview and report their stories. You must all know what journalism essence. Journalism is the collection, preparation, and distribution of blogs, webcasts, podcasts,